Hi Todd, nice to be here.
The Bronze Bomber fighting out of smoking.
This bout is scheduled for 8.
Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype. Frazier's been in so many hellacious battles over the years. The trilogy with Muhammad Ali. His fights against George Foreman. These two fighters are made for one another. And he wasn't ready for that counterpunch. Nice counter. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. That hook's blocked. Keep an eye on this slugger. As you know, he's willing to take 3 to give 1. That's his game plan, and it's worked out pretty well for him so far.
With sluggers, you cannot let them get into a rhythm because this is how they train. This is how they prepare for a fight. This is what they'll do all night. Do not dance their dance. You've got to use speed.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. Both men step back for just a moment. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
I seriously...
Here we go. Round 2. Who's going to land the first big shot? This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You're not going to see a lot of finesse and skills from this guy. He wants to bury his forehead in your chest and pound away.
You fight the Swarmer, you've got to protect everything. The body with the elbows, the head with the forearm. You've got to try and push them off balance because they will just stay in your face.
These punches coming from every angle. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have... Everything looks better in slow motion. Let's take another look.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4. Give me your ball.
So this fight will continue, but how can they get back into this bout?
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once, you got away with it. You can do it again.
Incredible firepower from both of these heavyweights. So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. A borderline disaster. On to the third. They barely survived the last round after 2 knockdowns. Let's see what happens here.
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
This is a high-octane battle. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Good arm positioning, blocking that hook. Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Beautiful counter shot. Swing and a miss with that jab. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. You would not want to be hit by this guy. Trust me. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fighter. Get out there and get...
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fight. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
That jab doesn't score. Blocks the left uppercut. These two are the perfect dance partners.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Prevents that left uppercut from scoring. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. What would you tell? Here's the bell to start round 5. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Misses with that uppercut. Good counter punch. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. There's nothing quite like a big heavyweight fight. Everything can change with one punch.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. Let's start the 6th. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. No rest for the weary. Good defense there with that left hook. One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
And they figure out the combination to this safe.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice counter shot. Good defense stopping that jab. That hook won't score. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Wilder in that last round. Well, he is glad to have hurt. There's the bell to start round 7. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big punch puncher like this that can seriously hurt you.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you've hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Let's watch that again in replay from a different angle.
Need to see that again.
Talking about Wilder in that last round. The corner hasn't thrown in the towel yet, so I guess he's coming out for another. Round 8, and we're off again. You've got to be feeling confident now after what happened last round.
2 knockdowns, and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
They stop the hook there. And he fails to score with that left hook. Deontay Wilder rocked right now. He's in some serious trouble. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Deontay Wilder just got clipped. And now they're right back into the fray.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Oh, Wilder just got clipped and he's in a world of trouble. I don't know if I've ever seen him this hurt before. And down goes Deontay. You up the replay machine. I have got to see that again.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
Well, he's had enough, and he is gonna quit.